What's up, everyone? This is Max Red. Today's our second part of the new features recently rolled out in Cubase 12. I've got to say that after a week of using 12, I'm really loving all the new features. Today we'll cover the new audio warp option, the additional fourth mix console, the new Razor limiter, and how to program your MIDI remote control. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll start with audio warp. I have this guitar group from a beat called Neon. Let's say we want to warp this guitar right here. Let's hear it in solo. Cubase now has the ability to audio warp right on the project window. To do so, we highlight our track or event, we go to Audio, Real-Time Processing, create warp markers from hit points, and then we can use our free warp tool. We add warp markers right on the track, and then we can edit as needed. Another cool feature is that you can actually warp multiple tracks right on the project window. Just highlight these tracks and you can dive right in. Cubase has also added a fourth mix console. This can be handy if you have a large project and are set up with specific mix console displays, like this one for my channel strip, or another one to display the sends and inserts. This can be useful if you're using your channel strip to adjust your EQ, for example. This mix console displays all my sends and my inserts. You can always have your main one below and then set up your additional mix consoles in the settings. Cubase has also added a few different display options for supervision. We have some like the traditional VU meter display. You can change the color and style to your liking. And you can also change some of the sound options. They've also added a chromogram, which displays like a piano keyboard. And of course, they also have presets to include multiple modules depending on the type of project that you are working on. I like this display preset because it shows phasing, stereo imaging, EQ, and peak metering. Cubase has added a new limiter called Razor. This thing sounds very nice and is super easy to use. We'll try it on this mixdown of Neon. In order to hear what Razor does, our mix purposely peaks around -4 dB. We will apply a preset and make adjustments to the settings as we listen live. We'll adjust the input, the output, and the release time. So let's hear it. Razor sounds very clean, and I'll definitely be using this on my beats to crank them up a little bit. The last thing we'll cover today is the MIDI Remote Control setup. If your MIDI isn't pre-scripted in Cubase yet, you can simply add your own in the lower panel window. Right now, I am setting up my Complete Control S25. We fill out the information fields and we can begin mapping the controls. On this screen, we select the type of input such as a knob, a fader, or a button. We can arrange them however we want. To start, we touch the controls we are mapping and go from there. We can also add fader controls, for example, to my pitch bend and modulation slides. Once we are happy with the layout, we hit Next and begin assigning functions to the controls. There are many settings, but to get started, you can click on the control and in your search menu, begin to assign a specific function. When you find what you want, you double-click on it and it will be assigned to that control. So in this particular case, I can now integrate my Complete Control MIDI with my Silent VST instrument. When I'm all done, all the silent settings can be controlled by my knobs on the MIDI. That's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you haven't and leave a comment for more videos like this. Thank you.